Hey guys, Mr. Mackey here. Now yesterday I sent you a challenge to find the prime factors of 48 and 120 and write the ones that they have in common down. Now the first thing we have to do is obviously we have to find out what the prime factors of 48 and 120 are. So let's do it. So what goes into 48? We could do 2 and 24. And the prime number in that one, the prime factor is 2. So I'm going to write the 2 over there so we know we've got that one written down. We now split 24. I'm going to do that as another 2 and a 12. And the prime factor in that one is also a 2. I'm going to write that one there as well. We now split that 12 into 2 more prime factors. I'm going to do a 2 and a 6. Another 2. And then I can split that 6 into 2 more numbers, a 2 and a 3. The 2 and the 3 are both prime factors, so we don't go any further. We just circle them and we write that there. So the prime factors of 48 are 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Now let's do 120. Let's split that one. I'm going to first split it into 2 and 60. So let's circle our 2 and I'll put that up there just because there's not much space. Split that 60 into 2 and 30. Circle that 2 there. Split that 30 into 2 and 15. And then circle the 2 there. And then split that 15, because you can't split into 2, do it into 3 and 5. And circle the 3 there and the 5 there. Run out of space. So now I know the prime factors of 48 and 120. Now how I'm going to do this next bit may not make much sense, but I'm going to need a bit more space. So here's how we do it. I make something called a Venn diagram. And this is what a Venn diagram is. What goes in this part are the prime factors that only go for 48. In this part, it's the prime factors that only go for 120. And then what's in the middle are the prime factors that go for both of them. And that's what we're looking for in our answer. I could just tell you what they are, but the reason why I did a Venn diagram is because we're going to need it for the final part of this week, which is highest common factor and lowest common multiples. So let's do it. So what goes in the middle? Well, there's a 2 there and a 2 there. So let's cross that 2 out and that 2 out, and let's write that one in the middle. There's a 2 there and a 2 there. So cross them out, put another 2 in the middle. So 2 there and another 2 there. So we put that 2 in the middle. There's a 3 here and a 3 there. So we put that 3 in the middle. And then what's left here is a 2. And what's left there is a 5. And that's where they go. So the actual prime factors I was looking for were a 2, another 2, and a third 2, and a 3. So there's 4 prime factors they have in common. Now today we're going to be focusing on the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple of a pair of numbers. Now I think the best way to get this started is I'll go through this one. Let's find the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple of 48 and 120 because we've got the right stuff for it, so might as well use it. So step 1, let's find the highest common factor, which I'm going to call HCF. Now, all we need to find the highest common factor are the numbers in the middle of the Venn diagram, which in this case is a 2, another 2, another 2, and a 3. And all you have to do is multiply them together. So you do 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. You just multiply them all together. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, and then 8 times 3 will get us 24. And that is the highest common factor of 48 and 120. What highest common factor means is that is the highest number that's a factor of both 48 and 120. That's what it means. Now the lowest common multiple means the lowest number that's both in the 48 and in the 120 times table. Now to do that, we're going to need the whole Venn diagram. So I'm just going to write LCM, the lowest common multiple, underneath. And what you have to do is you have to multiply every number in this Venn diagram. So let's do it. So we have a 2 here. And we're multiplying it by a 2 there, a 2 there, a 2 there, a 3 there, and a 5 there. So let's do it. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 again is 16. 16 times 3 gets you 48, and 48 times by 5 gets you, you might need a calculator for this, but it gets you 240. And that's how you calculate the lowest common multiple. Let's now do another one completely from scratch and work it out from there. This one we're going to do 36 and 270. What are the highest common factors and the lowest common multiples of both of them? So firstly, we need to find the prime factors of 36 and 270. So let's do it. So 36, we're going to split into 2 and 18. The 2 is a prime number. Split the 18 into 2 and 9. The 2 is also a prime number. And then split the 9 into 3 and 3. So put that there. Those are the prime factors of 36. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Now 270. This one may be a bit more difficult. Now, because I could split it 2 and such, but that's quite a big number. So I'm actually going to do it because it's got a 0. I'm going to do 10 and 27. We split that 10 into a 2 and a 5. The 27 into a 3 and a 9. So I'll circle those. I forgot to. And then split that 9 into 2 more 3s. So now we know the prime factors. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. 2 times 5 times 3 times 3 times 3. Those are the prime factors of 36 and 270. So the next thing we have to do is we have to draw a Venn diagram like this one. So what do we put in the middle? Well, the ones they have in common. Well, there's a 2 there and a 2 there. So that goes there. There's no other 2s, but there's a 3 there and a 3 there. So that goes there. There's a 3 there and a 3 there. So that goes there. There's a 2 there that's not shared in that one, so we'll put the 2 in there. And there's a 5 and a 3 there that are not in that one, so we'll put the 3 and the 5 there. So now that we've done it, we can now find our highest common factor and our lowest common multiple. So to find the highest common factor, we multiply all the numbers in the middle of the Venn diagram. So we do 2 times 3 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, times 3 is 18. And that's it. Now to find the lowest common multiple, you multiply everything together. So we do 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. 2 times 2 is 4. Times by 3 is 12. Times by 3 again is 36. 36 times by 3 is 108. And 108 times 5, 540. You might need your calculator for that one. That one is a little bit tricky, but whatever happens, you will still get the same answer. And that's how you find the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple of two numbers. Now, obviously, because this is the end of the week and we're starting a brand new topic tomorrow, which is sequences. It's going to be sequences week next week. I'm going to be doing the challenge now. So if you want to try this challenge, which is I want you to find the highest common factor of 12 and 42. So highest common factor of 12 and 42. And the lowest common multiple of 42 and 60. That's the challenge. I want you to find the highest common factor of 12 and 42 and the lowest common multiple of 42 and 60. Pause the video now and work it out. And I'll go over it in 3, 2, now. So, let's start off by finding the highest common factor of 12 and 42. So what we do is we split our 12. We can split it into 2 and 6. Circle the 2, because 2 is a prime number. And split the 6 into 2 and 3, times 2 times 3. Done. Then we split the 42, that becomes 2 and 21. The 21 becomes 3 and 7. Done. So, the next thing we have to do is we turn them into a Venn diagram. So what we put in the middle, well, the 12 has a 2 there and the 2 there, so that goes in the middle. 3 there, that also goes in the middle. Then we put the 2 there and the 7 there. Now for this, we're only focusing on finding the highest common factor of 12 and 42. So what we do is we times the 2 and the 3 in the middle, and that gets us 6. So the answer for part A is 6. Now to find the answer for part B, we need to find the lowest common multiple of 42 and 60. So the good thing is we've already found the prime factors of 42, which were 2 times 3 times 7. We just need to find the prime factors now of 60 to work it out. So let's split the 60 into 2 and 30, circle the 2. Split the 30 into 2 and 15, circle the 2. And split the 15 into 3 and 5 and circle those. And now we can split this, now we can turn those two into a Venn diagram. And now we can do it. So there's a 2 in 42 and in 60, so that goes in the middle. There's a 3 in 42 and a 3 in 60, so that goes in the middle. There's not a 7 in 42, and that's the last one, so the 7 goes there. And there's a 2 and a 5 there. So remember, to find the lowest common multiple, we have to multiply everything in the Venn diagram. So how you do it is you do 7 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 5. So let's enter it into your calculator. 7 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 5, and that will get you the lowest common multiple, which is the answer to part B, and that is 420. Now, next week we're going to be doing sequences. Tomorrow we'll just go through what sequences are, and we'll be building up during the week, and we might even do some graphing. It might be a whole 2-week session next week. I'm looking forward to this because I do enjoy a bit of graphing, and a bit of sequences for that matter. Hope you're enjoying the channel so far. This is episode 44, I think. I cannot believe I've done nearly 50 episodes of this, and I hope they're helping. I've had loads of people say they're helping, and I hope you are one of them, and I cannot wait to continue with this. But I hope I don't have to do it for long, because the reason why I'm doing this is because of the lockdown, because I want you guys to get a decent education still, even under what's happening. So hopefully this will all be over soon, and you don't have to watch my face, and you can watch your lovely teachers' faces in the future. But never mind about that. Carry on doing maths, keep on learning. See you next week for sequences.